Alright, not the prettiest motor mounts, but will work. It's just some thick wall box. Big holes so you can get a ratchet in there and a washer for the stud on the motor mount. Under the factory Porsche cross member, which I may have to notch one side a little bit to clear the head, but I think I've pushed these far enough out I shouldn't have to. And the exhausts end up coming out over, they clear. There's exhaust there, stud there, bar goes across there. And I'm probably going to have some sort of maybe flat plate coming underneath the oil pan across to that nose mount that I made in the time-lapse clip. Alright, mocked up on that block. This is WRX block. Same mounts, just shorter length. So, what is that? Anyway, this wood's not quite as tall as the oil pan depth, but I want this as low as possible. So I don't know if I want to weld some plates on here so I can get this up a little bit higher, where I can drop this down lower, but then it's going to get into exhaust clearance on each side. So if I weld a plate, I may have to notch right here on each side. Or I can flip the headers, have them go out the front and 180 back and go out. That's a lot more work. I don't know yet. I need to raise this. There's only 6 inch. I need about 7.5 to make the oil pan so I can get the clearance right. Alright, I couldn't video while I was getting it in here because I can't video and lift a mock-up engine block at the same time. So, got these little engine mounts I made in the last clip done. I'm definitely going to have to grind off this because this is a little bit thicker than this. I didn't realize this was so thin. It's fairly flexy. I'm probably going to weld a plate from here to give it some triangulation to kind of keep it from, but you can even see it wiggling there, kind of. There's no oil pan, so it's got a board for now. It goes up to this nose mount. I really want to tie into this. So the standard Subaru, you've only got 4 mounting plates. You got 1, 2, 3 for the back of the transmission, which would be back here, which obviously there's nothing. And then you've got your torque bar up top that goes from firewall to transmission in a standard Subaru and your CVs. But we're not going to have, I don't know if we're going to have that top one. We might, I don't know, we'll see. I might figure out something that goes from these stock mounts here across. But blah, blah, blah. We'll get to that eventually. But I do want to have one that runs, because we have the oil pan comes here. We got oil, and then we've got thermostat that sits here. So you can't just run it, just put a bar in between, because it's gonna get in the way of the oil filter. And over here is getting water net can either go down or out or whatever way. So depending on oil pan depth, which I believe it's going to hang a hair, probably about 1 inch or 2 lower than this, which I'm not thrilled with, but it could be worse. I'd rather have the oil pan hang a little bit low and not have to notch for starter and stuff up there. The EG33 is basically 1 extra cylinder. So we got 1, 2, 3. We got a good bit of space. The crank pulley should be to about here, which would be plenty. And hopefully it'll be pointing right at that spot right there, hopefully. So we shall see. Again, this is the factory cross brace. The stock boxster motor was a 6-cyl, and it mounted to where this is. It had a big rubber mount and the one on the front. The timing case, horrible engine design, but this is simply for mock-up. And then exhaust, these axles will be way up here, and exhaust can snake through, because exhaust comes about right here, so they'll go through under and out. Or I can face them backwards, which they'd be in this area, pretend there's a head, be in this area, and they'd come up and have to 180 and then go back out through there or somewhere. But again, that's a problem for another time. I still got to figure out how to attach this bug body to this Porsche pan. But hopefully I'll have it rolling, at least moving or something by November, my birthday. We shall see.